Hello everyone, this is Dan Riley for Sports Talk. A few weeks ago, Milwaukee won its first NBA title since 1971. I'm going to repeat that. 1971. You'd think that got more press coverage, but it didn't. I want to discuss the history of sports in Milwaukee, a town that's stuck in the shadow of Green Bay. Look, we know Green Bay because of its football team, but a blind eye has been turned to Milwaukee, a town best known for a sitcom that took place there, and breweries. It's more than that, namely sports. Back in 1968, the NBA put an expansion team there in that town, the Bucks. For decades, that team was owned by Herb Pohl, a former U.S. congressman. The team won its first NBA title just 4 years later with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the helm. Just think about that. Only 4 years and they won a title. That thing was very, very well run. Remember, this is a town that's been forgotten by the sporting public. Some athletes played here. Some really good athletes played here. The Milwaukee Brewers? Well, Herman Killebrew was a star for them. The Brew Crew won an AL pennant in 1982 and several division titles to their credit. No, this isn't to excuse the franchise's failures. It's to point out that the city of Milwaukee has had some good baseball there, some very good baseball there. And we forget that even with economic disparities in baseball, that team has given their town their money's worth on occasion. They don't just have a fictional slugger from the movie Mr. 3000 going for them. Knowing all of this, I'm amazed Milwaukee is forgotten by the sporting public. We can only hope this year's NBA title is the beginning of a new respect for sport in Milwaukee. And yes, that town's waited way too long for the Bucks to bring an NBA title home. For that matter, the town of Madison is forgotten for having a running back, Ron Dane, there. But that's beside the point. The town of Milwaukee has been completely forgotten, all because the most, or at least one of the most iconic NFL franchises in history plays in Green Bay. And it's a shame because Milwaukee should not have to be forgotten. We tend to forget small market towns in pro sports, and this is a very, very important example. The town of Milwaukee has been not given enough credit for what it gave sports in the United States. And going forward, I hope the Brewers and the Bucks keep giving that town something to push for, and we give Milwaukee more press in the sports pages, because that town has waited far too long for a winner and to get any sort of credit and dominance for sports. This is Dan Riley. Thank you so much for tuning in, and so long.